Hi everybody, I am Dr. Armen, Professor Armen Astvatsatryan from Yerevan, Armenia, and obviously you are on my Dr. Y channel. Yes, you are on Dr. Y channel. Actually, don't forget to follow and subscribe the channel. And dear students, take your pens, papers. We continue to answer your big exams questions that you can find in your examination tickets. Yes, take papers and pens to make the notes. And actually, today's topic is all around chronic pancreatitis. Pancreatitis, but chronic pancreatitis. So, what is chronic pancreatitis, my friends? Chronic pancreatitis is a persistent inflammation of the pancreas, obviously, that results in permanent structure damage with fibrosis and ductal strictures, followed by a decline in exocrine and endocrine function, that is pancreatic insufficiency. Drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes are two of the major and principal risk factors. Abdominal pain is predominant symptom in most patients. Diagnosis is usually made by imaging studies and pancreatic function testing. Treatment mainly include pain control and management of pancreatic insufficiency. So this is a salt of your answer. No, fibrosis caused by inflammation and recurrent pancreatic injury is the hallmark of chronic pancreatitis, but needs to be distinguished from fibrosis caused by the aging process and the diabetic pancreatopathy. Actually, this is a question of differential diagnosis. Chronic pancreatitis can cause calcification of the pancreatic parenchyma, or sometimes pronounced parenchyma, not parenchyma, formation of intraductal stones or both, as well as pancreatic atrophy. Okay, so, my dear friends, about pathogenesis of chronic pancreatitis. So, the pathogenesis of chronic pancreatitis is not well understood. Several mechanisms have been proposed. So, the stone and duct obstruction theory proposes that disease is due to ductal obstruction caused by a formation of protein-rich plugs as a result of protein bicarbonate or bicarbonate imbalance for unknown reasons. These plaques may calcify and eventually form stones within the pancreatic ducts. If obstruction is chronic, persistent inflammation leads to fibrosis. Pancreatic ductal distortion, strictures, and atrophy. After several years, progressive fibrosis and atrophy lead to loss of exocrine and endocrine function. The necrosis fibrosis hypothesis posits that repeated attacks of acute pancreatitis with necrosis are key to the pathogenesis of chronic pancreatitis. Over years, the healing process replaces the necrotic tissue with a fibrotic tissue, leading to development of chronic pancreatitis. Neuronal sheath hypertrophy, and perineural inflammation occur and maybe contribute to chronic pain. This is about pathogenesis. Now, obviously, about etiology. In developing countries, about half of cases of chronic pancreatitis result from heavy alcohol consumption. And chronic pancreatitis is more common among men, due to known reasons, than women. However, only a minority of people with sustained alcohol exposure ultimately develop chronic pancreatitis. Dose-dependent risk factor for develop. Yes, Yes, sorry. Yeah. Only a minority of people with sustained alcohol exposure ultimately develop chronic pancreatitis, suggesting there are other factors, cofactors, risk factors required to trigger overt disease. For example, cigarette smoking is dose-dependent risk factor for developing chronic pancreatitis. Both heavy alcohol consumption and smoking increase risk of disease progression, and the risks are likely additive. A large proportion of cases of chronic pancreatitis are idiopathic. Idiopathic means due to unknown reasons. Tropical pancreatitis, tropics, is an idiopathic form of chronic pancreatitis that occurs in children and young adults in tropical regions, such as India, my dear friends, your beautiful country, and Nigeria. Tropical pancreatitis is characterized by an early age of onset, large ductal calculi, an accelerated course of the disease, and increased risk of pancreatic cancer. Less common causes of chronic pancreatitis include genetic disorders, systemic disease, and ductal obstruction caused by stenosis, stones, or cancer. Complications of chronic pancreatitis, my friends. So, about complications, huh? When lipase, not lipase, lipase, sorry. Huh? When lipase and protease, finally, when lipase and protease secretions are reduced more than 10% of normal, the patient develops malabsorption, characterized by steatorrhea, the passing of greasy stools, or even oil droplets that float into water and are difficult to flush. In severe causes, undernutrition, weight loss, and malabsorption, or fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, of course, fat-soluble vitamins, may also occur. Glucose intolerance may appear at any time, but overt diabetes mellitus, so-called pancreatogenic diabetes of type 3 diabetes, that exists. Usually occurs late in the course of chronic pancreatitis. Patients also are at risk of hypoglycemia, because pancreatic alpha cells which produce glucagon, a counter-regulation hormone, are lost. Okay. Okay. So patients also, once again, it's quite important. Patients also at risk of hypoglycemia because pancreatic alpha cells which produce glucagon and counter-regulation hormone are lost. So other complications of chronic pancreatitis include formation of pseudocysts, obstruction of the bile duct or duodenum, disruption, the disconnection, if you want, of the pancreatic duct, resulting in ascites or pleural effusion, thrombosis in the spleen vein. Thrombosis of the splenic vein can cause gastric varices, pseudoaneurysms of arteries near the pancreas or pseudocyst. Patients with chronic pancreatitis are at increased risk of pancreatic adenocarcinoma, and the risk seems to be greatest for patients with hereditary and tropical pancreatitis that we mentioned above. Clinics means symptoms and signs of chronic pancreatitis. Abdominal pain and pancreatic insufficiency are the primary manifestations of chronic pancreatitis. Pain can occur during the early stages of chronic pancreatitis, before development of apparent structure abnormalities in the pancreas on imaging. Pain is often the dominant symptom in chronic pancreatitis and is present in most patients. The pain is usually postprandial, located in epigastric area and partially relieved by sitting up or leaning forward. The pain attacks are initially episodic, but later tend to become continuous. About 10 to 50% patients have no pain and present with symptoms of malabsorption. Clinical manifestations of pancreatic insufficiency include flatulence, abdominal distension, steatorrhea, undernutrition, weight loss, and fatigue. And diagnosis. Of course, diagnosis, yeah. So diagnosis of chronic pancreatitis based on imaging studies and functional tests. So actually, diagnosis of this condition may be difficult because amylase and lipase levels, amylase and lipase levels are frequently normal, secondary to significant loss of pancreatic function. Diagnosis relies on a clinical assessment, imaging studies, and pancreatic function tests. Patients with unexplained or sustained worsening of symptoms should be evaluated for pancreatic cancer, particularly if assessment reveals some pancreatic duct stricture. Evaluation may include brushing of the structures for cytology and measurement serum markers, for example, CA 1999 and carcinoembryonic carcinoembryonic antigen. About differential diagnosis. Chronic pancreatitis is a long-standing inflammation of the pancreas that can cause permanent damage to the organ. The following are some differential diagnoses. Let's go. Not for chronic pancreatitis, of course. Pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer can cause similar symptoms for chronic pancreatitis, such as abdominal pain, weight loss, and digestive issues. However, pancreatic cancer usually progresses more rapidly than chronic pancreatitis and may cause jaundice. Cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disorder that affects the pancreas, causing a buildup of mucus that can lead to chronic inflammation and damage. Symptoms of cystic fibrosis can include digestive issues, recurrent lung infections, and poor growth. Autoimmune pancreatitis. Autoimmune pancreatitis is a rare condition in which the body's immune system attacks the pancreas, leading to chronic inflammation and damage. It can cause abdominal pain, jaundice, and digestive issues. Gallstones. Gallstones are small, as we know in previous lectures, hard deposits that form in gallbladder or bile ducts, which can cause inflammation of the pancreas. Symptoms of gallstones can include abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting. Alcohol abuse. Chronic alcohol abuse can lead to inflammation and damage of the pancreas, which can cause chronic pancreatitis. Symptoms of alcohol abuse-related pancreatitis can include abdominal pain, nausea, and weight loss. Hypertriglyceridemia is a condition in which the blood contains high levels of triglycerides, a type of fat. This can lead to inflammation and damage of the pancreas, which can cause chronic pancreatitis. Pancreatic duct stones. Stones that form in the pancreatic duct can cause chronic pancreatitis by obstructing the flow of pancreatic enzymes. Symptoms can include abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting. No actual infection. In rare cases, chronic pancreatitis can be caused by a bacterial or viral infection of the pancreas. Symptoms can include fever, abdominal pain, and digestive issues. Treatment of chronic pancreatitis, no management. Pain control, of course. Pancreatic enzyme supplements, management of diabetes, management of other complications. The prognosis for chronic pancreatitis is variable. Chronic pancreatitis can lead to several complications. Let's talk about complications. So once again, which may include pancreatic insufficiency, chronic inflammation and damage to the pancreas can lead to decrease in the production of digestive enzymes and hormones. This can result in malabsorption of nutrients and weight loss. Diabetes, the pancreas produces insulin, which regulated blood sugar levels, we know. Chronic inflammation and damage to the pancreas can lead to a decrease in insulin production, resulting in diabetes. Pancreatic pseudocyst. Chronic pancreatitis can cause fluid-filled sacs to form in the pancreas called pancreatic pseudocysts. This can cause abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting, and may require drainage or surgery. Pancreatic cancer, chronic inflammation and damage to the pancreas can increase the risk of developing pancreatic cancer. Malnutrition, malabsorption of nutrients due to pancreatic insufficiency can lead to malnutrition and vitamin deficiencies. Malnutrition and vitamin deficiencies. Chronic pain. Chronic pancreatitis can cause persistent abdominal pain, which can be difficult to manage and impact quality of life. Pancreatic fibrosis, chronic inflammation, can lead to the formation of scar tissue in the pancreas, which can impair its function. Bowel obstruction. Pancreatic pseudocysts or fibrosis can cause bowel obstruction by pressing on the intestines. Ascites. Fluid buildup up in the abdomen, known as ascites, can occur as a result of pancreatic inflammation and damage. So, recurrent attacks of acute pancreatitis may cause chronic persistent inflammation, ductal damage, and ultimately fibrosis, leading to chronic pancreatitis. Patients have episodic abdominal pain, followed later in the disease by manifestations of malabsorption. And diagnosis is based on clinical presentation. No, of course, clinical presentation. Imaging studies and pancreatic functional tests. No, actually, clinical presentation, of course, as any other condition. And treatment of chronic pancreatitis principally includes pain control and management of complications, including pancreatic insufficiency. So that's all concerning chronic pancreatitis. Thanks for your attention. My dear friends, see you in other lectures. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the channel. God bless you.